A very southerly playing path this time around. We have a 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock position. So completely cutting out the likes of El Pozo. It's unlikely we're going to see people long shooting to SamWalton because you have got that big mountain range in the way. Al Azahar is about as far as you'll get on the east side as well. So no one opting to go up towards Militar or anything like that. The last two circles have been very southern and have been in or around Chumacera. It'll be very interesting to see. Oh my goodness, southwest again! What is going on? What magnetic force is pulling the circle in this direction? Well, whatever it is, we're going to see a similar position for a third game in a row. Pegado, once again, a little bit of a crowded town, I have to say, as we have team number 8 washed up in Sanok, going up against the Shattered Empire, as well as Team DX, who are inside the boxing ring. So, very much a crowded town right now. I would say Washed Up in Sanok probably has the most distribution of loot to begin with, if they can loot very quickly. But they're also the most spread out, so if we actually see any team engagements, they could be the team to get picked off one by one, which would not be ideal. Extinct Shadow already spotting someone from the boxing ring and taking a couple of shots. No one going down yet, though, at this early stage of the game. Now, because there aren't too many people north this time, I imagine there won't be so much of a bunching up, if you like, as people go into the circle. It's going to be playing out a little bit more slowly. That doesn't necessarily mean we'll still have 17 teams in the 5th circle or anything like that. But what it does mean is those early skirmishes with, you know, cars driving next to each other and having a big team fight in the first couple of minutes are unlikely to happen outside of the circle. It's far more likely we will see that fight play out in Picado, in fact, of all places. Ghost now getting a couple of shots taken at him. These are the Shattered Empire players, of course. And was that from Air Titan's team? It might have been from DX. I couldn't quite see who was hitting those shots. Minas Generales, though, giving Picado a little bit of a run for their money early on. We have MCH currently in 3rd position overall, going up against top-tier trash. John 41 taking a massive hit very early on. But the first down of the game is going to be back in Picado as Ghost goes down to Gamecore. Now, these guys... Actually, to be fair, these guys were less spread out. I'm not completely worried about them at the moment. So Minas is still the more likely of the big team fight. MCH does have one person on the high ground, by the way, so can provide Overwatch. Who is that up there? See if we can take a look. That is Dovlex. He's going to have to move a little bit further down. If he can get into a position where he can potentially snipe Space Army, for example... That's a very, very good place to be. Because the other team definitely do not know he's up here right now. So, he's the wild card. He's the ace up the sleeve of this team right now. And if MCH can find a way to sneak a quick down, it'll be through him. Zerk has a Space Army pinned down. Space Army running through the open. The Hulk managing to get the down, and it looks like they will be able to finish him off as well. I don't think Dovlex has shown himself either. Oh, saw a couple of bodies moving around. We'll be able to report back to Dovlex where they are. Back in Picado, things have actually quietened down a little bit. We still have the odd shot being traded between teams 13 and 14. But team number 8, Washed Up in Sanok, have rotated down to Motel. And that could be a very, very wise decision from them, just allowing the other two teams to fight each other while they continue to get looted up. Then we have to find out if they decide to run away and get into a better position for the next circle, or if they try and fight the winner. And of course, they'll be in a better position to fight the winner once they've knocked each other out to Kingdom Come. We also have Team 13, the Shattered Empire, split 2 and 2 at the moment as well. It's only Wick and Ghost here. I believe Jinx and, is it Airtree? It is Airtree. Are off to the west a little bit. So still only Picado and Minas in terms of early game action. Early on Murada. Miramar. I think I almost said Murado. And not corrected myself there. Air Titan from a top floor is going to take out Ghost. Aerial point of view, not very much Wick can do, except run along the broken wall. Problem is there are other people in and around him as well. He is now the only person here because Airtree and Jinx have continued their looting in the west side. And this split structure, unfortunately, has not paid off the Shattered Empire. We were talking about whether Team 8 were going to stay or were they going to go. Washed Up and Sanok have now officially left Picado. They are leaving these guys to go ahead and fight. Wick has spotted Gamecore. The problem is it's not a one-on-one situation. He'll have to deal with the rest of the teams as well. Vomav can't quite get an angle onto him, so he's going to be safe from here for now. Shots, though, get fired from elsewhere. I didn't actually see who those shots got fired from. Jinx now coming back in a buggy to help out. She is a top fragger, but she has to get into a position where she can actually make those bullets count. Extinct Shadow very close to them. Gamecore getting a lot of damage done. Airtree just going to be running back. He should have really come in the buggy with Jinx. I'm a little bit surprised he did not. Extinct Shadow, though, his attack's been repelled. Gamecore relatively close to him still. Either of these guys could still see Airtree. Jay Wick now trying to take the fight to them on the west side. And suddenly Airtree has a really good oversight position. He can tell the guys exactly which house they're in as well. Jinx with the headshot onto Extinct Shadow. There's still one person inside this house, and no doubt this information would have been communicated to Jinx. So she might be able to go in and get a third down, and all of a sudden the fortunes would have reversed. Shattered Empire would be looking very good against Team DX. And that is Vomav down as well. Unbelievable turnaround there. But exactly what we were talking about earlier on, by the way. As soon as this team got together instead of split up, amazing things happened. But unfortunately, it seemed to be one of them going down early on that led to this situation. So Air Titan at the moment, all alone. Not even easy for him to get down quickly. He's on a high floor of a building that he can't jump out of. He needs to reevaluate options right now. And Team 13, Shattered Empire will know that there is still someone here, of course. Everyone has been finished off except him. Air Titan, he needs a plan of action. But he knows there are multiple bogeys there. It's not a fight he can win unless he somehow headshots 2 or 3 in a row from that sort of distance with the red dot sight. It's very unlikely to happen. Very similar circle to last game as well. We could be seeing a repeat of where the circle ends up. 3 games in a row, actually, we've had Southwest. That's quite unusual. But a lot more teams dropping south this time than before, thanks to the 3 8 o'clock plane path. Not a lot of room to wiggle. Team 11, by the way, you can see, are here. Steel Series. Kill one of them. There's a mouse on the line for you. Parity UK now driving. He's quite far away from the rest of his team. A little bit of a split strategy by the looks of things. Still more loot to be found. On their head is the bounty. The rotation's in. Again, not too many fights happening as predicted, although I have to say this could have easily been a fight. MCH deciding to let these guys go, which I think is quite generous of them personally. I think rotating over those mountains is going to be painful, so they might end up going through Los Leones, which might mean we have some interesting urban battles there. In the meantime, taking the path less traveled is Steel Series right now. That's probably a good option considering people will likely be lining places like Crossroads and things like that. Very peaceful, I have to say. Top tier trash, just watching Steel Series go by. Not particularly interested at the moment. They also see a couple more vehicles off in the distance, but seeing is good enough. They just want a peace and quiet until they are in a position to eliminate a team cleanly. So that's top tier trash just outside the next circle, but within walking distance of getting in, so not terribly concerned. This, though, could be interesting. People getting out of the car now. That's Team Dadarol. They've got eyes on Steel... not Steel Series, rather. Is it Steel Series? Hang on a second. No, that's Team 16. I beg your pardon. Might be looking at the wrong one. The Tragic 4. I had a line messed up for a second. All good now. But the Tragic 4 have popped up just underneath them. And I fear, not Dadarol, Team Chundi, as we managed to get those rows correct now. All over them. I love how they're just sat here gathering intel for now. And then taking the shots. And then missing absolutely all of the shots. We're going to let you know we're here by firing 30 bullets between 10 and 30 feet away from you. It's a scare tactic. More scare tactics coming out from Wacko Taco. That classic AK recoil. Akefalos. He's got a different angle. They definitely still have the advantage here against the Tragic 4. Multiple angles versus people kind of split out and trapped in compounds. Akefalos has an excellent opportunity now to hit the top railing. Oh, this is so frustrating. If you're them right now, you must be like pounding your keyboard. Budio, there is absolutely no point in throwing a grenade now. You have seen them cross the road and move up. This is a wise decision, actually. Coming out from Tragic 4. VSS coming out, and he's landing the shots as well. That's over-tabled out, and Akefalos will be able to take the target out. So once they get the scopes and once they get the snipers, and it doesn't matter, it's a VSS, ladies and gentlemen, it will get the job done. And that is one member of Tragic 4 now down, but Super Turban turning around and saying, you know what? I fancy having myself some of this as well. Ooh, almost finishing off Wacko Taco, who is safe, but will have to get revived. His teammates aren't that close by as well, and they have the blue zone on their back. Now, they don't have to move until like a minute, maybe a minute, 15 seconds from now, but they will have to move at some point, and they have to revive their teammates and heal up first. Not too many teams still out in the blue, although there is a member of Team Dadarol who's all the way out in the Badlands, and I think that's the Hulk who just unfortunately died in the blue. He might have gotten downed en route in or something like that. We didn't quite catch that. But that's one less person on the team, unfortunately. Habitual Boomer, the Shattered Empire, watching for Mitchy Boy. The problem is there are 4 people here. Mr. Muffs, in danger of going down, does go down. Habitual Boomer will be able to get that kill. But now they are locked down to a rock, and there are 3 people in different locations shooting them right now. Wreck Pal gets Sergo, and suddenly, Boomer is very, very alone. This is an extremely central position. The winner of this fight might be able to go up on top of that hill and control the surrounding area for quite a while. Tea Party, in the meantime, have rotated in vehicles towards Chuma. Again, a very correct thing to do there. Oh, there's actually a drop right next to them as well. We're gonna have to go see what this is. So the south side of Chumachera is where Tea Party are right now, as Rekpal eliminates Team 12. That's Habitual Boomer and the Shattered Empire down, but it looks like we have a little bit of a special delivery here for Tea Party. Will this help them potentially win this game? Coldy. Oh, he of solid reaction times and questionable many other things. Will Ye receive an MK14 and a tactical stock that he can punch on with a hammer? Action now for Hard Brexit. Winners of 2 games in a row, but not shying away from the action this time around. Slug gets the down onto Jinx. They are out for blood. Washed Up in Sanok have picked the wrong team to come across, unfortunately. Wick with, I have to say, that's actually a pretty good smoke. Jinx does not have to travel far. Get there, but unfortunately, outside of the smoke while they're being revived. Let's not get run over by our own teammates now. That would be slightly harsh. Are they rushing in? It looks like they are rushing in. Being very, very aggressive now. This is going to force Washed Up in Sanok to take this fight. They want it bad. Slightly different angle, but they're not actually that close yet to Shattered Empire. What Airtree and Co. have to be worried about is the range of angles they could be at now, because they would have heard the vehicles and they would have gone, okay, Originally, they spanned this arc of our vision, and now that arc could be larger, so there are more places they have to look. But they're not actually right on top of them or anything like that yet, and it looks like Washed Up and Sanark have actually done a good job of falling back slightly, but they then need to worry about what they're going to do if the circle separates them, for example, from Hard Brexit. They're going to have to move down at some point. Whoa! Hang on a second. Mach 11 with a quick couple of kills there against the Tragic 4. Is there anyone from Tragic 4 still left alive, actually? Team 16. Or are they done? Magnum as well. Martino was going to fall victim to him. Doom Buffalo trying to chip in for some extra damage as well. Mitchy Boy is just over the ridge there. MCH at the moment. Not having the best of times. But they are holding their own. They seem to be involved in fight after fight after fight. Trades coming out now between MCH and... Is that PUBG? It is PUBG indeed. So Martino will go down himself. Wreck Pal and Mitchy Boy all over Doom Buffalo. Looks like he's just running away at this point, but he gets spotted out a little bit too late. And that is Wreck Pal with the mutant. Here comes the down, and there goes the out. MCH live to fight another day, and are very close to the center of the circle, where Team 2K, interestingly, have also made their home. Steel Series, in the meantime, they're actually swimming. They're swimming to Valdemar. Wow. Well, no one's going to be shooting them for a little while, unless Vertix happens to spot them in the water, but that is not where he's looking right now. He is looking in the direction of Hard Brexit, and if Sprucey goes down here, Sprucey does go down here. Was he saved just in the nick of time? How are you going to revive Sprucey? With smoke grenades. Okay, that's completely fair. The problem is that's in the wrong direction. Vertix can technically still see you. You need to keep moving. You need to keep moving. Is this good enough? I guess it'll have to do for now. Very dangerous situation. Hard Brexit would have gone down a team member there. Oh, and Kira just failing to spot. So close. Maybe not realizing they're quite as close as he thought. Pepe now coming over the horizon. Oh, Vertix is zoomed in. Spots the vehicle. Peppers the vehicle. Very close to blowing up is the vehicle. And Vertix gets taken out from Gamer. Car98 from Downtown. That is the third personing from Team DX, who are absolutely going for broke now against Team 2K, seeing if they can finish the downed as well. Trying to account for the bullet drop, but missing a couple of shots to date. Very close to hitting them through the smoke as well. Gamer's going to be slightly annoyed with that. He wanted to get at least a kill out of that engagement. Still has the possibility of doing so, but it's going to be a bit of guesswork from here on out. Gwendog now has the Mark 14, gets a kill for herself as well. Very close now are teams 3 and 8. Parody UK Steel Series coming up behind Pepe. They were not expecting that, and suddenly Steel Series find themselves in the thick of the action. Sprucey's off to the left-hand side, though. I thought Sprucey was going to continue with the flank. Does Parody have a teammate nearby? Yes, he does. Piper Dog up north. Oh, not quite able to finish off the person running up the stairs to revive their team as well. And it looks like Steel Series won't quite finish up Hard Brexit. They have no idea how close they just came. Or maybe they do, actually, to completely finishing up that team. I swear Kira sees something through the window, even with the smoke there. I swear. Oh me, oh my. It is all kicking off right now. Steel Series still represented, of course. Piper Dog is moving further into the circle, deciding to disengage from that particular fight. And we rejoin Team 2K. Piper Dog, never mind, goes down. Vertix will be able to get the finish. That's a mouse for Vertix. Poor Steel Series putting themselves in this position. And now they get back to the business. Which is, well, they're not avoiding Hard Brexit, let's put it that way. They're certainly taking it head on. And Hard Brexit are in a difficult position. They have a lot of points on the leaderboard, but as far as this game is concerned, they are a little bit stuck. Kephalos goes down to a great headshot from afar, using that scar from Stovall. Udillo is very close behind him, though, so he should be able to get the res. But they can't get too much closer without being completely and utterly exposed. Wild Otter, oh dear, oh dear. Uncle Bobby's lizard farm is about to get hurt. Very, very hurt. As hard Brexit, how are they still finding time to get these downs? It's ridiculous. Jinx goes down to them as well. It feels like at one point or another they've been under siege by about 3 different squads, and they still find ways of absolutely destroying everything. Pepe now about to go completely down, though. Jay Wick will be able to finish him off. Sadly, it's at the expense of Jinx. Moving into the northwest edge of the circle. Still a minute and a half before they have to get there. No rush, but everyone seems to want to do the early rotate at the moment. Slug showing his body in the window for a fraction too long, and Islo will take it cleanly. That's Team 2K with a nice kill, and suddenly hard Brexit. Well, they're starting to bleed a little bit. Jaywick and Airtree both going down as well. We're washed up in Sanok. Team 2K within the next circle looking pretty. Steel Series have to push into them. We also have to their north hard Brexit. Just Donsel by the looks of things there. But there are people rotating into him. We have Team Chundi. And we also have what remains of Uncle Bobby's Lizard Farm. John and Classic trading shots. Really nice accurate hits from Zerk onto Hillbilly Phil. He just manages to get behind the rock as he's knocked, so he will be able to get revived, but that was really good shooting. Only Baconator, I think, currently up. Team Dadarol need to think of some ideas, and they have to think of them quickly. They are in the next circle, but there's no maneuverability for them whatsoever. And the longer they spend, the less time they have to think and act. Donsel in the blue. Pinned down. Oh, and this blue zone is chunking like mad. Chunking like a chocolate chip cookie. And unfortunately, so are Donsel's chances in this game. Vertix will be able to take him out with the headshot. That is hard Brexit eliminated. The winner of the first 2 games eliminated in 13th place, ladies and gentlemen. We did say moving to first person might shake things up a little bit. Well, 2 chicken dinners followed by a 13th. Now, to be fair, that's good enough for anyone. They might, in fact, they almost certainly will still stay top of the leaderboard unless something amazing happens. But the chink in the armor is there. The possibility that they might not finish top of the leaderboards is there. So we'll see how they dig themselves out of this hole in game number 4. In the meantime, there are plenty of other players in this story with their own version of the tale still to tell. Phil goes down at range. Some speculative shots from Team Dadarol there. They can't quite get the finish. Really stretching to get that headshot. Zerk, though, is very open, I have to say. I'm surprised he didn't just instantly drop. What was he thinking on the side of that hill? He'll be very happy indeed that no one actually ended up downing him there. Multicom. 1 solid shot away from going down himself. Continuing the gauntlet. Running to the warehouse. But he knows the people are shooting at him now. He doesn't have much time. There he goes. Eyes low. Where's eyes low? Maybe a little bit too far? No, not a little bit too far. He takes out Baconator as well. And that is Multicom gone too. Which means, of course, they are eliminated. So Team Dadarol out of the game. Islo really having one. Jonesy in the meantime. Soft Brexit. A little bit of cheeky third party. Gonna grab himself a snipe. Team 2K should be able to get the revive, though, as Banana tries to take more shots against an invading team. MCH looking to rotate round. Banana deciding you're not going to let that pass lightly. Manages to get 2 as well. That's Hollowberry as well. Down. Are those the 2 remaining members of Steel Series? Are they out of the game now? We're down to 9 teams. I think that is. So Banana netting himself some of those sweet, sweet prizes here. Regardless of what happens in the game, he'll be getting something in the mail. Doing very well. Not too much in the way of north rotation. Once again, we have a very, very mountainous finish. It's going to involve a lot of darting from one place to the next and either dying in transition or spotting people when they come to you. And that's what John 41 just did to Banana, but Jonesy is out for revenge. Zerk is also nearby. Now, because of... Oh, wow! John 41 from downtown with the M16 takes out Jonesy as well. And that is it for soft Brexit. No Brexits will be in the top 3 of this game, ladies and gentlemen. The first time today that's actually happened. Brexit is off the table. It's official. You heard it here first. We can dream. Oh, dear. Team 2K. Very close by and under attack from Team DX now as well. The nades come flying thick and fast. Quite a lot of them. Vertex goes down to Mackin. Defensive smokes. Ayub's a little bit stuck here. He really needs the oversight from his teammates. Because if he gets down in this position, they can't really run down to revive him. But his teammates on top, they can afford to take a couple more risks. If they go down, they can get revived. They'll be fine. It's not a great position for Team 2K to be in. Oh, Clover from downtown. Dovlek says, thank you very much. That is from the north edge of the circle. Is it? Yes, it is. I think so. Hang on a second. No, wait. Clover's down the south. I do beg your pardon, but certainly from a long way away. Zerk! Hanging on by the skin of his teeth. I don't know how a first aid kit is supposed to fix that, but he will find a way. The rest of Team 10 now, top tier trash. Moving aggressively into the circle. Zerk, unfortunately, can't hold out against the bullets for too long, and Ayub will be able to finish him off. Ayub with support from their teammates up top, remember. Ayub a little bit on their own, but Kira has proven to be a very, very capable sniper. Ayub will know this. They're very close still to the rest of DX. They do not want to have to deal with them right now. And I don't think Ayub can take on the 1v3. The oversight that Ayub's teammate will be able to provide is very limited from that far away. If all three of them decide to rush up the hill, Kira might be able to get one down, but Ayub would almost certainly be out of the game. These guys don't necessarily know it yet, though. Limited engagements here. Kira going, wow. So down, almost out. And here they come. HBK off to the left. Who's coming through the right? Ayub into the shack. Out of the shack. Spots Gamer. What happens to the right-hand side? Kira supporting from up top. They're gonna do it. HBK goes down. It's Mackin left. Beautiful headshot onto Clover from Mackin, but that's not the squad you're fighting right now. You're picking 2 fights, and Kira, as a result, might be able to get an angle. Oh, if only they were a bit braver and came further down. Ayub also close-ish to getting an angle, but won't be able to see it right now. They're focused on healing themselves. It looks like this is a 3-way battle as well with top-tier trash, meaning that people don't exactly want to venture out into grounds unknown. The next circle is very generous for Tea Party. Coldy getting and finishing off Doge all of a sudden with a higher ground position. That's the rest of Team 10, top tier trash, under the gun, completely out of the spotlight now as they bow out of the game. So great positioning there from Tea Party. I was not expecting that. Team 10 were frankly doing very, very well indeed. Team 2K are out now as well. DX eventually win that fight. That was long and drawn out. They had the numbers advantage down south. And now they're in, but look at this. Coldy with the nade in. There is no way Uncle Bobby's Lizard Farm, rest in pepperonis, is going to be able to survive that. And Tea Party are looking extremely strong now in this game. I believe it's a 4v2v1. Yes, it is. Oh me, oh my. Team Dataroll are still alive. They've made it into the top 3. They'll be fending off against the last 2 remaining members of DX, who did very well in their previous engagement. But all of them are going up against the might of Tea Party with 4 still left alive, and they have control of the highest ground positions possible. Gamer goes down very quickly indeed. Mackin tries to go for a left-hand flank by the looks of things, but I don't think he'll get there anywhere close enough to make a difference, and Gamer will not be resurrected. Spotting Falco, but Falco gets to him so quickly. Some fantastic, absolutely fantastic reactions there from Falco. Frankly, he had no right to be able to shoot first in that position. From the down position, getting the headshot potentially off first as well. It's now John 41 against Tea Party. And I'll tell you what, if John 41 can do this, this will go down as one of the greatest finishes to a game in PUBG Reddit history if he takes on this team 1v4. So the rotation south. Oh my god, the rotation south into the next circle. How did you guys even know that? Tea Party absolutely dominating this position, and they can just sit pretty and wait for John 41 to come to them, because that's exactly what he has to do. A rotation south would probably get him within the eyes of Duck faster than anyone else on the team, but because of the high ground, it's a little bit hard to tell. Maybe on the right-hand side, Coldy would see him first. But either way, the zone is going to be pushing in 30 seconds, and he will have to do something. And they know that he's in that direction somewhere. Falco is now pushing out along the edge as well, trying to get a sniff out from where John might be rotating in from. He's going to guess completely right. The rest of the team now closing in. A little bit of a pincer movement from the north and south. Do they know he's right along the edge? So here comes Falco again. And when Falco sees someone, he kills them, and that's a headshot from Falco so quick on the trigger. That is Tea Party, ladies and gentlemen, coming home with the chicken dinner in this game. Fantastic stuff. Neither of the Brexits making it into the top 3 by the looks of things. Brexit is off the table, as the Tea Party instead will claim the spoils with 8 kills. Congratulations as well to John 41, who manages 5 kills in that game through an 8-kill second place, doing incredibly well. Mac and Gamer, Mouse, and HBK will also finish, oh, not quite with 8, with 7 kills in third. So very, very evenly distributed, really closely fought game number 3. And one game now will determine everything. Who wins overall and gets those absolutely beautiful Arctis Pro headsets? Who will come in second place and get those fantastic Rival 600 mice? And who in third place will get the Rival or Sensei 310s? One game left to go and all to play for here in the PUBG Reddit end of season tournament. I'm Jorisar, your observer is SamWalton. We'll see you in a bit.